One thing that I've noticed about iPhone footage is that it looks really good, but also really digital. And recently I've been using something called Dehancer that sort of gives it more like a film look. The cool part is you don't need to be a filmmaker to use it. I am a content creator, but I'm by no means a professional. I just like experimenting with different ways to make my videos look nicer, to give it basically a film look. I think we're sort of gravitating more towards vintage style footage now. Like old camcorders, point and shoots, these digicams are becoming a lot more popular again just because of the vibe, and it feels like you don't need to have super sharp footage to tell your story, which goes to show that I feel like iPhone cameras, especially the newer recent ones, are more than good enough to document your life. I'm using the iPhone 15 Pro Max, if you didn't notice, in subpar lighting. So no special lighting, it's just my ceiling fan. Let me know how it looks. The footage that you're watching on right now, like basically me, was edited with Dehancer. But basically Dehancer has plugins that you could use with DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, but they also have an iOS app that you could use on your iPhone and iPad that you can use to give your footage, your videos on your iPhone that film look. Sorry, I was on TikTok. So basically we are on DaVinci Resolve right now. I have the Dehancer plugin, I think is what it's called, installed. I've been using it for the majority of my videos and I love it to death. Again, I'm by no means a professional colorist or anything like that. And this is probably going to be the least technical video that you're going to be watching on Dehancer, because most of the time I don't even know what I'm talking about. I see what looks good in my eyes and I put it out, and that's that. So we have some footage here that is filmed with the Blackmagic app from the iPhone, using the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and it's filmed in I believe H.265, so it's not Apple log, but it's still pretty much the same thing, good enough. And then we have some footage here from my Bali trip that is filmed from the native camera app, not log. So just if you were to launch the camera app on your iPhone and start recording basically like this is the footage that you would get. And you could still use Dehancer on it, which is really, really awesome. There are two ways that I like to do it. I would either go to the color tab, put a new node, and then drop in Dehancer, and you would be able to edit or tweak your settings in the effects tab right here on this side. You can do that, or if you have a look that you really like and it's your signature look, you can put it in a power bin, an adjustment layer, and basically just drag and drop it, and you would have your look on whatever. So this is with, this is without. It's very subtle, but it's a game changer, especially once you have a specific look that you like. Basically, what I did was from scratch, if I can find it, grab an adjustment clip, and go to that adjustment clip in the color tab and drag Dehancer on it. But if you do that, let's take in, for example, this clip. We're going to be working on the adjustment clip, but we're looking at this clip in general. After you have it converted to Rec 709, which I think it automatically does on DaVinci, my color space, yeah, I already converted it. So you choose your source, and there's a few that you can choose from. If you're shooting with a mirrorless camera, this should look familiar, but if you're using your iPhone, I believe Rec 709 would be the same thing, and you have different things, different settings that you can use to edit your footage. So what I like to do first is change the film profile, and there's a bunch that you could pick from, as you can see here. I believe what I usually pick is Fuji Color 100. Ektar 100 was a film that I used to shoot on. And as you can see, you can change the push and pull. So if you want something like that, if it looks good to you, then maybe keep it at that. And then you could always see the before and after. I think I like that. And then I would push it more towards the warm, just a little bit. I think it is a little underexposed, so I'm gonna bring that up. That looks okay for now, but you could really fine-tune your footage. I personally don't really know what this is, what film developer is or film compression, so we're gonna skip that. I don't really use that. Print I think it's the look. Look at that. That's pretty cool. You can change the look. I was feeling Fujifilm, but this looks pretty cool. And then if you go back again to before and after, it gives it a little bit more contrast. Right here, for me personally, the film grain is a little too much. I like to go to ISO 50 and then drag it down all the way to 0, and actually maybe just a little bit. And you can see the film grain on there. Make sure it's enabled. It's usually enabled by default. Halation is something that I like to add too. Maybe not that much. And bloom. Film damage is, do you see those like little flickery thingy? That's what that is. Film breath is where it breathes. I'm not sure if you can see that on the preview. Gate weave, I actually don't know what this means, but that's pretty much it. Like, I don't even do vignette. If you want to change the strength, you go to the output. Sometimes I like to go around 70%, and that is pretty much it. Like, if you play through the footage here, it looks really cinematic. Like, that's pretty crazy how that comes from an iPhone. Like, even just the regular conversion. So this is just straight up without Dehancer, and this is with Dehancer. Before, after. It really looks awesome. And I'm barely touching the surface. You can change the look of this to something completely different. Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, if you go to Fuji and go back to the first clip, that's pretty cool. And I got this look without really knowing what I'm talking about. So for example, this one, I feel like this is a little overexposed for my taste, so you could go to the footage itself and bring down the exposure. I think I kind of like it like that. And this is cool too, but I'm gonna bring down the highlights a bit and bring up the, I don't know about that, to be honest, actually. Don't really know what I did there, but like, I like this shot right here. And you could literally do the same thing with the iPhone footage. So I feel like this looks a little too much. As you can see that the grain is pretty intense. So you could drop the grain even more. Wait, that's probably why it was doubled. So let me delete that. There we go. So that's what it looks like. So legit, just drag and drop the adjustment clip and you have a film look just like that. It's kind of crazy. So this is before, this is after. Before, this is the front-facing camera. It looks a little soft, but if you add that, it gives it an even more vintage look, if that makes sense. So this is without, this is with. Very subtle. And if you don't like how that looks, you could always tweak it in the adjustment clip. So let's say, I think it's the bloom is a little too much. You could always just disable the bloom. You could lower the intensity. You can remove the halation as well. There's so much things to do with Dehancer that I barely just scratched the surface. But that is really all there is to it on how I personally get the film look. And I wanted to make this video as messy as it was and how horrible I explained it. I just wanted to show that you don't need to be a professional filmmaker or a colorist to get these sorts of results. And I don't know, maybe people out there are shaking their heads and are like, this is not the right way to do this. But I like how it looks personally, and I save a lot of time by doing so. So if you're making just videos for YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or you're just documenting your life like I am, something like this can make your footage feel more special without learning the in-depth skills to do so. So you don't definitely need this plugin, but if you want to get this look while saving a lot of time, this is an extremely efficient way to do so. If you like the film look, if you want a plugin that does it all, and it's a fun way to experiment, I highly recommend Dehancer. I really appreciate you for watching, for listening to me yap about this cool little thing called Dehancer. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.